Hello again, friends. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Natalie, if you don't know who I am already. Thank you for coming back. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel so that you can keep up with everything going on with me. And I can keep up with things going on with you. Anything you want to share, I'm here to hear it. So today, what I want to do is I want to talk about the story of Wilma. I mentioned in my intro video that some of you might know me just as Wilma. You don't actually know me as Natalie. So I just want to give some information or a background story to who Wilma is and what that whole story is about. When my son was born, I just did the same thing that I did when my daughter was born. You know, I took care of him the exact same way. I took care of myself the exact same way. And then I realized about 3 months in that they were two very different pregnancies, two very different births, two very different recoveries. And one of the things that changed for me was that I did not lose the weight that I had gained as quickly. 2 months into postpartum, and I realized that I was at the heaviest non-pregnant weight that I had ever been in my life. I was also just very tired. I didn't want to move or anything most of the time. I was just kind of laying around in bed. I wasn't very active. My daughter at the time, she was just over 3 years old herself when my son was born, and you know, she wanted to play with mommy the way that she always had and all this stuff, and I just couldn't. I had absolutely low energy, and I was just not taking care of myself and just kind of dealing with day-to-day life. And so there's a page on Instagram that's called Fit Girls Guide. And so I had been following them since my daughter was born, but I had never really gotten into it. I watched people's progress, and I watched all the fun things that they do and all that stuff, and I just kind of stood on the sidelines and watched. So when it was 3 months after my son was born, I realized that, you know, I wanted a lifestyle change, and I needed something that was really going to kind of kick me into gear. Prior to that, I had never really worked out. So I found myself here 3 months postpartum with my son, just needing all kinds of lifestyle changes. I had been following Fit Girls Guide for a long time, and so I just decided, you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to jump on this. I'm going to see what this is all about. I am going to go all in and, you know, try to feel better, try to, you know, be better, try to be more active for my kids and just feel better in my body, be a healthier person, and obviously, you know, get fit again. They, you know, encourage you to show your progress, to upload like your beginner pictures and, you know, and kind of show your progress along the way. So I went and I was like, okay, great, let's do this. Now, when I decide to go all in on something, I go all in on it. So what that meant was that, like, for example, progress pictures, you know, it tells you take it first thing in the morning, you know, right after you've used the bathroom and before you've eaten anything so you don't bloat and all that stuff, and take it in the same lighting, in the same angles, in the same, you know, like make sure that every single time you take a progress picture, you try to make it as identical to the beginning as possible so that your progress is not questioned, or like you can see the reality of like where you're, you know, where you're succeeding and where you're not so much succeeding, and when you do well and when you don't do well and all that stuff. So I was all for that, but I was not okay with bearing all of that to my personal friends and family. I did want the accountability and the community and all that stuff that comes with Fit Girls Guide. So I created a new Instagram page, brand new Instagram page, and I put it under like Naomi something, like I don't know, I don't remember anymore. I think it was like Naomi Gets Fit or something like that. So I did that and I started posting. Now, if you go to my current Instagram, my fitness Instagram, which I'll go ahead and I'll leave here so you guys can follow if you want to. So when I first started posting, you know, it was just pictures of my, you know, my beginning pictures, and then on the Fit Girls Guide, they encourage you to like do like an about me post and all this kind of, you know, fun little stuff to kind of create community. So I did all of that. And then a couple of days into having this private new Instagram account, a friend of mine, a good friend of mine, started following me. And I completely freaked out. I was like, and at this point I hadn't actually posted my beginning pictures yet. I had joined the group like a week before the challenge was starting, so I was just doing the whole about me stuff still. I immediately messaged him and I was like, listen, you know, I'm sure that you're just, you know, following me because you see that I'm starting a fitness page and you're being supportive and etc. However, please unfollow me. And, you know, he wrote back to me immediately and he was like, oh, of course, you know, of course I respect that. And he unfollowed me. Now, after he unfollowed me, I also blocked him. And then I decided to go onto my personal page and block every single person I know on my personal page. I blocked them all from my fitness page. Like, I was not having it. I also, at that point, I went ahead and I changed my profile picture to like not have a picture of my face. I made sure that there were no pictures of my face anywhere. And then the last thing, my husband was like, but babe, you know, your name on here is Naomi. Everybody on your personal page knows that that's your middle name because my personal page has my first and my middle name in it. So he's like, that's kind of a giveaway if anybody, you know, does get suggested to go follow you. You know, they're going to see Naomi and they're going to click on it and, you know. So we started brainstorming on a new name for me. I honestly don't know how he came up with it, but he was like, Wilma. It's way out there. Nobody's ever going to think that that's you. That's such a random name. So we changed my name to Wilma Gets Fit. And in that moment, Wilma was born. And so Wilma has been my fitness alter ego since then, three and a half years ago. If you ever scroll down to where my fitness journey started, you'll see that the first, I don't know how many progress pictures all have my face cut off of it. It wasn't until about a year and a half into my fitness journey that I decided to start showing my face on my Wilma Gets Fit page. And that came from just kind of being more comfortable in where I was in my fitness journey, being more comfortable and not having to be so anonymous. At that point, the first post that I did with my full face in it was after I met Yami Mufti. Yami Mufti has an Instagram fitness page, and she is one of my biggest inspirations when it comes to fitness. She's Latina. She's actually a mix, but she's Latina in her mix, and she's very curvy and very unapologetic about who she is and what she stands for, and she's just somebody that I look up to so much. Back in February of 2019, I met her for the first time, and I decided that was it. You know, I'm gonna go ahead and be myself. I started, you know, just posting without being scared of that, without being scared of people knowing who I was. Since then, a couple of people that I know and that I have close to my heart have followed me on my Instagram, on my fitness page. And it doesn't bother me or anything like that. You know, I'm just like, you know, this is me. This is part of my journey. This is who I am. If you go and you see who I was when I started, it is what it is. Like, I'm not ashamed of who that is. I was insecure about showing all of that to people who had never seen all of that, but who were close to me. And so I'm not insecure anymore. You know, it's part of my journey, and it is what it is. So that's who I am. But I have not let go of Wilma Gets Fit because, you know, it's all of my progress is there with Wilma. She's my alter ego. A lot of people follow me on my fitness page, and that's all they've ever known me as. I've never revealed that my name was Natalie and that I'm not, you know, Wilma. And while I have not shared on my personal page anything at all about Wilma Gets Fit, about this YouTube channel, I'm thinking that's one of those things that I might conquer my fear on in 2020. Anyway, I just wanted to go ahead and share with you guys who Wilma is, was, and will be, and that she will continue to be my alter ego, my fitness alter ego. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and let me know what you think, and I will be back with another video soon. Okay, bye.